Trump's new border czar is bold, ruthless, and is known for not mincing his words. Tom Homan will be taking care of all US border issues once the Trump administration takes over. And now Homan has announced he will deal with the extremist regime of liberals in Canada first. In recent interview, Homan said Ottawa must be ready for some tough conversations. He said, "The problem with the northern border is a huge national security issue." He added that people that sponsor violence and terror come to US through the Canada border, something that is unacceptable. Homan said, "Because they know there is a lot fewer officers here, it is one of the things I will tackle when I am in the White House." In other words, Homan declared Canada and its regime of Justin Trudeau as a magnet for terror worldwide. These are the charges that were previously leveled by the Indian government. New Delhi over the recent months has accused Trudeau regime of providing refuge to criminals wanted in India. Trudeau's inaction on these criminals is not just India's problem, by the way, it is USA's headache too. Given that the US Canada border is porous and is loosely monitored, lots of these criminals enter US without any problem. In fact, human smuggling activity from Canada has risen sharply over the past 2 years, particularly along the border between eastern Ontario, Quebec, New York, and Vermont. As per data from the US Customs and Border Protection, US agents arrested over 19,000 individuals from 97 countries trying to enter US illegally from Canada. To put things into perspective, that is more than were apprehended throughout the same area over the previous 17 fiscal years combined. During election campaign, Trump as well as Vivek Ramaswamy had vowed to fix this problem. Now that Homan is in charge of border affairs, he has vowed to take care of what he calls his own home. Homan comes from West Carthage in New York State, which sits about 70 kilometers southeast of Ontario's Thousand Islands region. Homan said, "It is home. I am not going to ignore home." He announced there has to be an understanding from Canada that they cannot be a gateway to terrorists coming into the US. No room for ambiguity. Well, Homan has a point here. For example, Canada offered refuge and then citizenship to a person from Egypt in 2018 who had taken part in activities on the behalf of IS. The man and his son were later arrested in July this year for planning an attack in Toronto. Similarly, a Pakistani national was also arrested in Canada in September for planning an attack against a Jewish center in Brooklyn, New York. It further confirms allegations leveled by India and even Trump administration that Trudeau imports these criminals from worldwide and then provide them with an opportunity to walk freely into US. Coming back to human smuggling, thanks to Trudeau, this crime has now become a lucrative business in Canada. Organized groups now charge between $1,500 to $6,000 per person for trips that often begin in Toronto or Montreal, then head through borderland areas of rivers, farmlands, and forests. So, Trudeau, be ready for some tough time ahead. Trump and his border czar are not going to tolerate your shit anymore. Get your house in order real quick.